Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. This is the Friday Night Pro League at Exeter, New Hampshire. Tonight we have Academy 2 versus Exeter Lanes, and they have already begun bowling on lanes 10 and 11 at Exeter Lanes. And I have my good friend Paul Grant here also running commentary along with me. And without further ado, we have a 10 box on lane 11.
Hey Steve, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Good to work with you for a change.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for doing this set with Bob Lee on Canada from Bowling Network. Friday Night Pro League, week 14 of 35. Two great teams. Last year's defending champs, Academy 2 on the left. This year's #1 seed, Exeter Lanes. Academy was #1 seed last year. Jonathan Boudreau, 2-4-7-10. Back to Steve.
We have a spare attempt on lane 11 with Jonathan Boudreau. 2, 4, 7, and 10 pins with wood on the 10 side. John Boudreau, lane 11. Misses the 2 pin just narrowly. Lane 10, spare. Spare for Mr. Jimbo Ayotte. First mark of the night on lane 10.
We got a bunch of future Hall of Famers in this match. These matches, believe, a lot of great bowlers here. Some of the World Finals here as well in Moncton.
Yeah, definitely feeling feeling the honor, feeling the glory, feeling everything here. A lot of big names here tonight. 2 defending champions, I believe, Paul?
These 2 in the finals last year together. It was a great match. Exeter, last year they were, Woburn won, but they, in Exeter this year, Exeter Lanes here, Shooters Pub, Exeter, New Hampshire, but they came back that last string to almost win it.
So expect some pin-shattering action tonight. Two titans of teams. Some 5v5 Friday night action here at Exeter Lanes as we have a 5-7-10 Matt Susie special Woolworth split on lane 11 with wood. Favorable wood, I might add, as the release takes out everything but the 7 pin. Lane 10.
How did Matt Susie special, how did he get that name?
I don't know. I guess he's apparently just very good at it. Traditionally, it's the Woolworth split.
And he made that shot in the Sunday Pro League 2 seasons ago. Richard Gingras Jr., Logan's father, made it here also without wood. 9 for Austin Barnes.
Pair of 9s between the 2 bowlers.
Extra 86 and 18 coming in. #1, #5, Academy 2, 58 and 46.
Mr. Pelletier, lane 11. This is head pin pocket left side. Takes out 2 pin side plus more. 1, 3, 6, and 8 pins. And we have a left side half Worcester on lane 10. A little bit too full on that shot of lane 10. Lane 11, oh, really nice pocket shot. Just a hair too full to take out the 6 pin.
Eric throws a great ball. It hums it really hard. It's always in there. Fierce competitor.
10 pin pocket shot, 1-2 pocket where the 2 would have been, almost taking everything for the left side half Worcester, leaving the 9 pin while we have a 10 box on lane 11.
And this guy, Austin Barnes, on lane 10. Watch out for this guy. This guy is getting better and better every year.
That's a 10 box for Mr. Austin Barnes. I say don't F with Barnes.
Just had a birthday this week as well.
We were bowling with Austin at Leda Lanes a couple tournaments ago. Some of the, I believe it was Luck of the Irish or the Halloween Scramble, and Austin was tearing it up there for sure.
And Steve, you're the #6 seed in the ACST in your division right now also.
Yeah, I'm very solidly mediocre. I'm doing okay. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst.
You're one of the top averages, too.
I suppose so, yeah. Perfect box percentages, I guess, is my claim to fame. We got Jeff Surette on the right, lane 11, with a setback right side plus assists of wood, leaving only the 5 pin. Jay Simon on lane 10 punches hole.
He's filling in for the injured Dave Godwin, the captain. Dave dealt with tendonitis in his shoulder. Had knee issues earlier in the season.
Have one score correction to make. Jim Ayotte got a 9 on his first box rather than 8 to confirm with the official scoreboard. Jay Simino takes a 7 box, while Jeff takes a 10. Still just gathering our sea legs here. Jeff Surette dropping 5. Jay Simino dropping 6. And 10. Jeff Surette takes a few more for the road, leaving the 3 and the 7 pin. Jay Simino shoots it for lane 10 for a spare. Jay Simino takes a great mark. Jeff Surette takes a 9. Can't quite take that 7 pin out.
Jay was #1 seed in last season's one of the ladders in Candlepin Cancer at Lakeside Lanes at a 7:03 qualifier score. Very good bowler.
Definitely one of the legendary names of Candlepin Bowling. If you've been watching the TV shows WNDS or Channel 5, Mr. Surette is one of them. Dave Barber, lane 11, drops 8. Mr. Smith on lane 10 drops 6, leaving the 4 horseman right side. Barber nails one of the 50% of the pins needed for the spare. We got a spare in lane 10 for Mr. Smith. Dave Barber takes a 9. Let me introduce you to the big board tonight, our big scoreboards for our intense 5v5 action across 3 strings. The team that takes each game, as there's a strike by Dave Barber on lane 11, a definitive hammer. Lane 10, we have a 5 drop and a 6 drop. 1 late pin falls. In case you missed it, Dave Barber just threw a strike on lane 11. Joey Smith working on a difficult spare shot. Takes one for the road. 6-7-10 split with wood. Not necessarily favorable wood unless he caps it left or right side in a unique manner. That'll gutter out for a 7 box on lane 10. Lane 10 for Mr. Joey Smith.
Jammin' Jalbert on lane 10. Triple strike in the World Finals, the first string. Some big shots in the third string to give him a chance to win the title. Watch a thriller on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Chris Boudreau on lane 11. Come of a smoking 430 last week. Drops 9, 6 pin for a spare. A plank to help. 4 horsemen plus to 9. A guide behind the 1-2 for Tim Jalbert. Great crowd on hand here at Exeter Lane Shooter Sports Pub. 6 Columbus Ave. Stop by. Boisvert missed it somehow. Jalbert can't reach the 7. Good try. And Boisvert missed the second, made the third. You know what that is?
That is the Paul Grant Special.
I didn't say it.
Also known as the 3-ball spare.
Doesn't count against my three maximum quota. As Jalbert gets a 9. Early in the first of 3 strings, Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Executive producer keeping track of all the camera angles, Mr. Bob Lee. There's a strike for Boisvert. That would have been a great fill. 19 plus 2 through 2 in the first of 3. 5-2 split for Jalbert.
You can hold that if you want. Sorry. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Jalbert coming back to the head pin, rolling back. Will it go? Not quite. Jalbert cleans up for a 10 box, 19 through 2. And back to the top of the order. Score update from Steve Kelly.
So we are almost uniformly 17 or 19 across all of them here. And real quick, I'm just going to quickly just toggle and fix this right here. Here we go. Your scores for this time. Academy 291, Exeter 94.
Back to the top of the order. Jimbo Ayotte on a spare 4. Jonathan Boudreau, almost a strike, leads up to 10. Tough leave. 5-8-9 triangle. Wood coming on a play. Boudreau for a spare. Gets it. On the board, 27 the ball through 3.
A quick pause for a lane clear. So folks are bowling out of Exeter lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire tonight on lanes 10, 11. This place is packed, it's loud, it's jumping, and it is chaotic. Definitely like to see a busy bowling Candlepin house. Support your local bowling alleys.
Yeah, pick up a Candlepin gift card. Your local bowling center here, Exeter Lanes, has a great special all year round. And gift certificates available for the Shooters Pub also. Always a good time here. 6 Columbus Ave, Exeter, New Hampshire. 9 that time for Jimbo. After the spare 4, 31 through 3. Jimbo coming with a Friday night overall league average 119.83, 414 his high series this year. Pounds the strike zone, a 2-1 split. Boudreau, beautiful ball. Tough lead, 5 in the 7. That's on a spare, 25 through 3. Oh, what a shot for a spare. How about that? 41 of the ball through 4. Ayotte. Boudreau open. I always say sometimes you can't make the easy ones. Jonathan trying to get 1 at least here, and does for a 9 after a spare 8. That puts him at 44 through 4 in the first of 3.
I gotta update the scoreboard real quick because I'm falling behind.
Second bowl is Austin Barnes, the birthday boy. Strike bid 8, wobbling 4. Oh, it goes! Delayed strike, he'll take it. Eric Pelletier on the hit pin again, 3-2 split. Austin 29 plus 2 through 3. Don't see a strike fall like that too often. Eric 19 his first 2, just missed the object pin, the 3. Again, not by much, always near his objects. Or on it. He'll take an 8 that time, 27 through 3. Let's bring in Bob Lee.
Hey, Paul. Good to be back here in Exeter, the Augusta of Candlepin Bowling. I am thrilled to be also the fact that the Friday Night Pro League has moved here after being in Woburn for a long time. We hope to see Woburn back again, but no better place than the present. First ball.
Oh, it's double strike. Wow! Getting better with age, you could say. 49 plus bonus balls. Eric 247. 8 box and last box, 27 through 3. Hooks left. Knew it right away. Pelletier gets the 10. 37 through 4. Paul Grant, Bob Lee, Steve Kelly here, underway, first of 3 strings on Candlepin Bowling Network. 900 videos and counting, always free, never a charge. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Candlepin Bowling Network. Hit the like and follow button as well. Subbing in tonight, Jay Simino on a bonus ball. On lane 11, Jeff Surette, 19 through 2. On the crossover, 8. Surette pounds the strike zone. He has a 3-1 split, 3-6-10 right, 7 left. Simino 25 through 2 with the wood. He got it. Nice shot. Back to back. Surette trying to kick it over. No. 35 in the ball through 3 for Simino. Surette 9. 28 through 3. Nothing like the great game of Candlepin Bowling. Get your friends involved. Get the youth involved. 4th box, first string. A good one. Simino, 2 full, spread eagle. Spare 4. 39 through 3, Surette. The Canadian bucket shot, the hay bale, the diamond plus the 7, the bundle of 5. You make the call. Semino trying to kick it over. Good bid. 2-4, 6-10. Surette off the wall. Just can't reach the 4. Can't believe it. Jay, nice out. 8. Semino's at 47 through 4. Jeff nails it for a 10. 38 through 4.
At this point in the match, it appears, pending confirmation, I might need to make a few corrections, but at the moment it looks like Academy is at 180, Exeter 158. Bear with me, though, because that is an unofficial total at the moment while I just review and confirm this very fast and hectic night. Another strike on lane 10 by Dave Barber. He's on fire.
So he has a double strike. Austin Barnes has a double strike. Captain the captain of the world's team, not captain this team, it's Dave Godwin. He gets a 10. 33 through 3 at a spare 6 to start. Dave Barber, 9, 2 strikes, 39 plus bonus balls, looking for the turkey. Smith crossing over, strike bid, almost. Barber for 3 in a row, looks good, diamond. 26 in the first double strike box. Smith, spare. 43 to ball through 4. Barber, 1 there. 7 in the second double strike box. And Dave grabs 2 for 9. What a start. The power of the double strike. 61 through 4. That makes it a little bit closer, but Austin Barnes does a double strike. The number 2 bowler for Academy when he gets up next. Chris Bouvert's on a strike on lane 10 for the top seed, extra lanes. Jalbert on lane 11 in the pocket, 6. 2-4, 8-10. Wood rolling to the right corner. Boisvert for a double of his own. Crossing over 7, make it 8, maybe 9. Got the 3 wiggling and the 10 Wood behind to help. Jalbert just missed left, leaving up the 2. Boisvert for a spare on strike. And he's got it. 30 through 2, 40 to ball through 3. Picking up where he left off last week, we had a 430. Jalbert 9, 28 through 3. Canada Bowling Network presentation of the 14th week of 35 Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. Next week, we'll have Academy 2 at Central 3. That'll be a war. Central 3, the number 2 seed right now. Academy, number 5 seed. They start off red, ice cold, 4-24, but have rallied since then. Now they're 48-36. Boisvert on the bonus, slams 7, 2-4-7, going for 3 marks in a row. 47 through 3 in the first of 3. Jalbert, he got it! Snuck back to the 2, spare, he'll take it. And a spare for Boisvert, he's got 3 marks in a row.
That puts Chris at an open 57 after 4. Mr. Jalbert at an open 38 after 4. Plenty of bowling here to go, folks. We are just about to cross over the first half of the first game here. The Friday Night Pro League in Exeter, New Hampshire at Exeter Lanes. Let me tell you, this place is absolutely packed today. We got Bob Lee on camera shifting duty. Mr. Boudreau drops 8 on 11. Mr. Ayotte taking 5 plus, 6 plus, 6 on the spare. That should be 48 after 4 if my math is correct. 47, excuse me. I will make that score correction in just a moment. My apologies on that. Shame on me for that one. But he makes up for it. Take a spare on lane 5. 57 open for Jimbo Ayotte. Again, my score is just off by 1. John Boudreau. Will he get it? He gets the back door. 4-10 for Mr. Boudreau. 54 and 5. 54 and 5 for Mr. Boudreau and 47. 57 open for Jim Ayotte. I will briefly just adjust that just to make it correct for the folks at home watching. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate watching this Friday Night Pro League. He's filling the spare with 6, Mr. Jimbo Ayotte. Putting him at 63. Meanwhile, Jonathan Boudreau working on what should be a pretty decent spare, and he just hits a little bit too full. Careens that wood just a little bit too much. It spins around. Ayotte for the spare. Disappointing. Didn't take the 7-pin. Now it is Jonathan Boudreau versus the 2-pin on lane 11. Takes it. 10 box for Jonathan Boudreau. Should be 64 and 9 box for Mr. Ayotte. 72, 64 to 72 here as we now shift to Austin Barnes, Mr. Pelletier on Candlepin Bowling Network, your source for networking candlepins. CBN, you are watching. Welcome to the show. Pelletier dropping, hitting full in a very short spread eagle, 2, 3, 4, and 6 pins. It's Austin Barnes with 4 on his first strike fill. Mr. Pelletier chopping wood, taking one more out, 3 on the deck remaining. Austin Barnes, his second ball on the strike fill, 5 more, leaving just 1, the 5-pin. Pelletier will go to war for an 8 box. Austin Barnes, meanwhile, remains to be seen. Be a 10 box for Mr. Austin Barnes, which amounts to what I believe to be 72 after 5. Eric Pelletier punching out 3. Austin Barnes taking 7 and then some on a pocket shot and a favorable spinning piece of deadwood on lane 10. Eric Pelletier, lane 11. 2 up, 8 down. Misses the spare, leaving the 1 and the 3. Austin Barnes now 6. No. At 3 diamond minus the 9-pin, takes out the 5-pin, leaving the 2 and the 4 pins. Barnes will take a 10 box. Excuse me, Barnes will take a 10 box. Pelletier will take a 9 box. And Austin Barnes at 82. Pelletier at 54. Pelletier drops 8. Still hunting for a mark. Or sorry, Jeff Surette drops 8, running for a mark. And you know who did get a mark was Jay Simino. A very slow-moving, elegant strike for Jay Simino in the 5th. Open 57. Jeff Surette chopping wood. Gets 1 for 2 on the spare. Gets 10 box, though, take home for 48 and 5. Some bowlers getting started, some bowlers still figuring it out. Here at Exeter Lanes on lanes 9 and 10. Smell of pizza is in the air. And it's crazy. It's very loud. You may not be able to hear it with this microphone, but man, it is loud. Jeff Surette, lane 11. Pocket shot, pins dance around, leaving the diamond left side, the 2, the 4, the 5, and the 8-pin. On a strike, Jay Simino drops 9 for his first fill. And Jeff Surette will take a spare. Jay Semino filling that strike. Second ball with a spare. Ear-piercing screams and shouts. Jay Semino's 77 open as he sits on that. Jeff Surette sitting on an open 58. Barber, known for hard throwing balls on lane 11 with some strikes, dropping 7. Lane 10, a 2 drop for Mr. Smith. Still chopping out wood. Dave Barber will take an 8 box. Mr. Smith will take a 9 box. Joey has 54. Dave Barber has 69. I believe the dust is now settled in terms of the score discrepancies, and I think now we are back on track. Bowlers very eager to start bowling tonight. They started very fast and took us a second or two just to catch up with them. Dave Barber on the diamond minus the 8 pin. Joey with a 7-10 split plus wood. Dave Barber missing the spare attempt. Joey Smith takes out the 7, leaves the 10. Barber take a 9 box. Smith, 10 box. Both bowlers chopping wood. 64 for Joey Smith. Dave Barber has 78. If you're just joining us and you're brand new to Candlepin Bowling, welcome to what is an exciting match. 2 Titans, 2 defending champions in the Friday Night Pro League. You'll see a lot of strikes and spares tonight. All these bowlers they get hot very fast. Chris Boisvert in particular. I know this man from Leda Lanes back when he worked at Leda Lanes. He helped teach me how to bowl. He dropped 7 on lane 11. Filling a spare with 7, I might add. Mr. Jalbert fills a spare with 8. Chris Boisvert, what should be a fairly easy spare opportunity right now, misses it, only takes the 5 pin, leaving the 2 and the 4 pins. Mr. Jalbert taking out one of the 2 pins required to get a spare, leaving only the 10 pin. Chris Boisvert working on a 10 on lane 11. He will take a 9 for what should be a 73. And 56 for Mr. Jalbert. Boisvert, lane 11. Pocket shot a little bit too full, leaving the 5, 4, 6, and 10 pins. Jalbert trying to get a mix. 2, 7, 8, and 10 pins. Awkward drop, need to hit the object pin of the 2 just the right way and kick the wood. Maybe a little full, maybe a little not too full as Boisvert. Working on that Canadian hay bale minus the 9 pin. The 5 and the 3 for Chris Boisvert. Raising the object pin on lane 10, just taking the 2 out slightly. Both bowlers just fighting for 10 boxes now. Chris Boisvert now is working on an 8, 9, or 10. He's going to take an 8 box. That appears to be a 9 box for Mr. Jalbert. It was a bit of a mix of wood. I wasn't entirely sure, but the bowlers have marked it as a 9. Academy 2 sits at 360. Exeter sits at 345, I believe. I will confirm that score. Looking at the high-low jack 1-7-10 on the 11. On lane 11, that is. And Boudreau pinning him out. Jeff Surette taking a 9. Or, excuse me, Jimbo Ayotte taking a 9. For 81-7. John Boudreau, open 74. Looking to fill it. But first, Mr. Ayotte, lane 11. Dropping 5, dropping 6. Filling a spare, Jonathan Boudreau with 8. It's going to be an 8. That is taking everything but the 7 pin on lane 11. Boudreau. Another spare for Boudreau to add to the ledger. Ayotte working on a 10 box, only the 7 pin. Jimbo Ayotte versus the 7 pin. It'll be a 9 box, leaving only the 7 pin. $378 to $363 at the current point. Quite competitive. Not a huge lead either way. All bowlers are bowling, rising to the occasion against one another as that appears to be a 7 for six drop for Barnes. Spread eagle right side, and he takes out the right side. Pelletier, meanwhile, misses all object pins for a disappointing gutter with the 4-7-10 split. Austin Barnes will complete the eagle for another 10, his third 10 in a row. Pelletier will take a 10 box as well, I believe. For 64. Appreciate you folks watching across all platforms we're streaming on tonight. It's a very hectic evening here at Exeter Bowling Lanes. It is exciting. It's great to see a bowling house with lots of people, lots of excitement, lots of bowling, lots of everything. This is something we like to see in the world of candlepin bowling, something we definitely need. Austin Barnes drops 7 on lane 11. Pelletier dropping 6 on lane 10. Austin Barnes with the 6-7-10 split with wood. Favorable wood. Hit either side of the object pin. I think he's got it. Will he get it? Almost had a favorable mix there to take the 7 pin, but couldn't quite get it for Austin Barnes. Both bowlers fighting for 10 boxes now. We have 3 on the deck left on lane 10 for Mr. Pelletier. Barnes. He'll just, wow, look at that. That pin almost steals a 10 box, but it steals it back from him. 9 box for Barnes. 9 box for Barnes, 10 box for Pelletier. Pelletier is 74 after 8. Barnes is 101.
So Academy 2's at 14 right now, correct?
Sorry?
Academy's at 14 right now? Academy at 14? 397, 383?
Yep, sorry, yeah.
Academy currently up by 14 in the game lead. Jay Simino dropping the spread eagle minus the 10 pin. Jeff Surette hitting full on the right side with a half Worcester. Right side. Jay Simino takes out 2 more, leaving 7. Surette, meanwhile, dropping all but 7, the 2, the 4, and the 5 pins. Jay Simino now completes his 10 box. There we go. Let's fix some audio right here. Let's adjust that. So, thank you for the folks keeping an eye on the comments. We're just a little bit slow to respond to that, but just pulling the audio up just a little bit so you can hear it a little bit better. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better. It's always a fine balance between trying to be too loud or be too soft, and hopefully that made the correction. Anyways, there is a pin on lane 10. The bowlers were debating if it was in or out. It's one of those pins where it's somewhat difficult to tell if it's in or out because you can see a little bit of the light shimmer, and there's only a certain threshold in which a pin can be out on the deck, past the deck. Surette. Surette will take a spare. And Simino will take a 10. Oh, closed 102 for Jay Simino. Jeff Surette has an open 80. Jalbert dropping 5. Or excuse me, Smith dropping 5. Taking all but the head pin on the second ball, missing the spare. Dave Barber for his spare, he gets it. Dave Barber taking a spare for 88. Smith will take a 9-box. On Candlepin Bowling Network, this is Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. If you were driving to Lakeside Lanes on 101 in New Hampshire like you were driving to UNH, that would be off of exit 1. Exeter Lanes is off of exit 9. Go a little past UNH. The exit to UNH was exit 7. Dropping 7 on 11. Dropping 8 on 9. Smith versus Barber. Smith on your right, Barber on the left. 8 fill, excuse me, for Barber. Barber taking another spare. Smith nearly steals the 10, but doesn't get it. Take a 9-box. 82. Now we have Boisvert versus Jalbert. Jalbert on your right, Boisvert on your left. Jalbert on lane 11 will lead off. Boisvert will follow up on lane 10. Jalbert, not on a fill, drops 6. 4 horsemen left side. Boisvert, lane 10. Almost a mirror image shot, but takes one more. 4 horsemen right side minus the 6 pin. It's a spare for Mr. Jalbert. Add him to the ledger's second spare of the game. Boisvert now looking to respond. He takes it. That's a spare for both bowlers. 91 open for Boisvert. 75 open for Jalbert. Jalbert filling a spare with certainly a fill, was 5. Middle of the road. Boisvert filling his spare now with 6. Ekes out one more. Diamond left side. 2, 4, 5, 8 pins for Boisvert. 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 pins on lane 11. Takes 2 more to complete the right side of the eagle. 2, 4, 7 pins on lane 11. Boisvert, diamond wins again, leaving the 8 pin in the back row. Jalbert will take a 7-box. Boisvert now going for a 10-box. Will he get it? He won't. He'll take a 9-box for 97 for Boisvert. 87 for Jalbert.
Don't forget, Exeter has 3 spares to none in their favor. Right now they're down 13, but 3 marks to none gives them the virtual lead for the first 2 points.
Confirmed Academy is at 462. Just pending confirmation that they are at 4.
That's unofficial score. Waiting for the official score, so it's
Yep.
462, 458, so it's actually 4.
462 is official, the 4 and 458 for Exeter. I just need to make a quick adjustment there. Boudreau filling a spare with 2. Had a half Worcester right side, taking a few more, almost stealing it. 7 pin remaining.
So that cuts the deficit to 2 now for Exeter. They still have 2 marks to none in their favor, down 2 in the string. And now we're tied. We're tied in the string, dead even. 9 blocks to go.
103 for Jonathan Boudreau, 97 for Jim Ayotte.
469, 469. Here we go again. Another great Friday Night Pro League game of the week.
Lane 11 drops 5. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 pins. Lane 10 drops 8. Neither bowler filling any spares. Boudreau working on 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10 pins. He's left with the 4 horseman right side minus the 3 pin. Heartbreaker for Jimbo Ayotte. Ball careening around the 7 pin, not getting the spare. John Boudreau now.
They could have used that one, down 2 marks.
For sure. Boudreau will take a 9 box. Boudreau will take a 9 box, and Jim Ayotte working on a 10 box. He will get that 10 box.
So it gives Academy 2 a 1 pin lead, but down 2 marks to none. 8 boxes to go on the first of 3.
Jimbo will complete his first game confirmed as a 107. Jonathan Boudreau confirmed with a 112. So now Pelletier steps up to the plate on lane 11, leaving the diamond right side, dropping 6. Austin Barnes on lane 10. The youngster will drop 6, will drop 7. The 1, 5, and the 8 pins remaining. Pelletier, diamond right side. The diamond loses. He takes the spare. Barnes, meanwhile, just has to hit it full, 1, 5, 8. And he misses the object pin, taking only the 8 pin. The 1 and the 5 needs to hit it full or careen around to take the 1 and the 5 pins for a 10 box for Mr. Barnes. He gets it. Full shot, 1, 5. That's a 10 box.
Academy up 1 in the string, but down 3 spares to none now. Eric Pelletier pinning really well on his first mark on lane 11.
Austin Barnes is at 111. Pelletier's at an open 84. Filling that with 7. Filling that with 8.
It gives Academy extra lanes now a 7-pin lead.
Pelletier for another spare. Oh, he caps the wood and he doesn't take anything.
It's a big break for Academy too.
That is a big heartbreaker. When you hit that wood the wrong way, it doesn't take any pins out.
Wood behind the 1 of 3.
Austin Barnes with a 10 box. That'll be 121 for Austin Barnes.
Plus a spare. That's a spare, so a ball to go.
A spare, excuse me. Super exciting. 10 box for Eric Pelletier. I got him backwards.
Eric gains an 8-box 102 opening string after that spare 8.
Open 121 for Austin Barnes, plus 8, 9, 10.
3 strikes in the first. A double earlier, 131. Austin Barnes for Academy 2. 6 boxes to go, 2 strings after this on Candlepin Bowling Network. Jeff Surette's on a spare. 18 a ball through 8, had a half Worcester fill. A couple of boxes to go on his first spare.
Jeff Surette dropping 7. Filling his spare with 7, 87 for Jeff Surette. Jay Semino also dropping 7. Not on a fill. He has a 102 to work with.
Right now it's 1 mark to none for Exeter on the right. And just got a chance to that wood, Steve. 6-10 right, 4 left.
Yeah, I like the look of that wood. If he throws the ball where the 5-pin was, I think he's going to take everything. What I am worried about is if he throws it too hard. Hit too full. Might betray you. That was a shot. That was a shot. That's a spare for Jeff Surette.
Semino can't connect for the spare. Now Exeter back up 2 marks to none.
Semino seemingly losing his footing a little bit there. He'll take a 9 box.
Exeter looking good for the first 2 points, but don't count Academy 2 out yet. Still 5 boxes to go, but they're down 2 marks. Surette on the bonus.
7-8, 7-10 split remaining. That's an 8 fill on his spare. Jay Semino drops 8 as well.
Jay had 4 marks and 5 boxes early in the string. Could use a spare strike combo here.
Surette now, 7-10 with wood. Favorable wood. Heartbreaker. He misses the 7-pin. The ball sitting there mocking him in the channel. Didn't get the bounce that he was looking for. Jay Semino having similar troubles. Doesn't complete the spare. Both bowlers fighting for a 10 box with 1 pin on the deck apiece. And per ICBA rules, if a ball is left in the channel, it has to be removed. So we will take a quick pause for station identification and a removal of a ball. You are watching Candlepin Bowling Network at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. This place is busy tonight. I've said it a bunch before, but man, there's a lot of people here. It's not just the pros here. We got kids, we got parties, we got all sorts of stuff going on here at Exeter Lanes. The parking lot was nuts.
The pizza is awesome. We got to meet lovers of wood for the best pizza in the area. Great quality food. Great owner, Rob Ficarra Sr., the staff, Darren and company. Rob, Leslie, awesome staff, top to bottom.
Surette misses his 10 box. He'll take a 9. 10 box for Jay Semino. Jay Semino will conclude the first game with 121. Jeff Surette will conclude with 114. Double checking the math while I wait for the bowlers. They have a written scoreboard with old style projectors, and it's a little bit tough to read. It's got a bunch of smudges on it, but it's fun. Super fun. Confirm those scores are correct. My apologies, I missed that strike by David Barber on lane 11. This boy throws balls so fast that it's difficult to keep up with him sometimes, I swear. He fills a spare with 10 and he gets a strike. Meanwhile, Joey Smith, 7-10 split with wood, misses the spare opportunity. 7-10 split with wood, wood on the right side on the 10 side. Gets nothing out of it somehow for an 8 box.
Exeter trailed most of the string. Now they have the lead and looking good for the first 2 points.
Jeff Smith at 90 and 9. Dave Barber at an open 126 plus a ball in 9. On the fill for Dave Barber, that's the setback right side plus the 6-pin. That's a 7 fill for the first ball of a strike. As we drop 9 on lane 10. Dave Barber will take 1 more for the road to fill his strike with 8 total for 134 and 9. Joey Smith will take a spare in this 10th box for an even 100 plus a ball. Dave Barber will conclude his first game with a banner 143. Now we have 1 final ball for Joey Smith here in the first game. That spare ball thrown rather lightly. It's going to be a 6 fill for 106 and 1. We are nearing the conclusion of the first game here. Mr. Jalbert and Mr. Boisvert will engage in bowling fisticuffs on lanes 10 and 11 at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. You are watching the Friday Night Pro League. It's Friday night, and there are pros in a league bowling. Chris Boisvert on lane 11. Chris Boisvert on lane 11. Punches out the right side with a right side half Worcester. Timmy Jalbert dropping 8. 2 in the 5 pin. Neither bowler's filling any marks or anything. Chris Boisvert working on a difficult shot. Right side half Worcester. Taking out quite a bit, leaving only the 4 pin. A good spare opportunity attempt that he went for, but Mr. Jalbert, though, will complete the spare. Chris Boisvert now going for the 10 box. Takes a 9. Mr. Boisvert will take a 9 box. Mr. Jalbert has open 97. Meanwhile, spare versus 9. And I believe we are synced up in the scores now. So Exeter at 586, Academy at 562. Boisvert on lane 11, not filling a spare. Almost got one before, but didn't quite get it. Drops 7. The fill for Mr. Jalbert is going to be 6, putting him at 103. Boisvert, meanwhile, on lane 11. Boisvert on lane 11. Difficult shot, difficult spare. He sails through the middle. Jalbert having similar troubles, just punching out one more pin. Neither bowler getting any marks. Both are left with unique 3-pin splits. Just trying to pin something out. Boisvert will take a 9 with a 124. Jalbert will also take a 9 for 112. So I believe after 1, we are now at 577 for Academy 2 versus 595 for Exeter. Exeter taking the first game for 2 points so far. 595 for Exeter, triumphing over Academy 2. Here at Exeter Lanes. Very loud house tonight. The decibels are definitely nearing the 90s and possibly hundreds. I think my Apple Watch is starting to yell at me a little bit. Just trying to figure some things out. But we will now saunter next forward down to the second game of this 3-game match tonight, and we're starting it out explosively with a strike. Jim Ayotte. John Boudreau trying to answer, but doesn't quite get the strike. Doesn't connect with the object pin. He takes out one of the 3 pins required for the spare, leaving the 2 and the 4. John Boudreau, 8, 9, or 10 now. He will take a 9 box. First ball is of the second game here. Appreciate you guys watching, especially those who reminded us that we had to turn our audio up just a little bit. Thank you for that. That's always a bit of a challenge. Never know if too soft is the answer or too loud is the answer. Hopefully we have something right in the middle right about now. Jim Ayotte fills his first strike fill with 7 in the first ball. John Boudreau dropping 8. Taking one more for the road, that'll be an 8 fill total for Jim Ayotte. Jimbo. John Boudreau possibly could get a spare here if he could just hit it right, and he doesn't. He takes the object pin out and dances around the second pin. Jim Ayotte will take a 9 box. Following up on the strike. John Boudreau. 9 or 10 here. He's thinking long and hard about it. Will he get it? He gets a 9 box for 18 after 2. In case you missed it, Exeter took the first game 595 to Academy 2, who took 577. And so far, Academy leads 27-18 in the second game after just 2 boxes thrown. Austin Barnes on lane 11. His first ball bid is 6. Pocket shot strike for Mr. Pelletier on lane 10. Very elegant, slow-moving strike. Austin Barnes looking to reply with all but the 10 pin. Austin will take a 9 box. Not going in the channel, but not hitting the 10 pin either. Somewhere in the void in between. Not a whole lot going on so far in the second game, but I guarantee you there will be. Eric Pelletier filling a strike. But Austin Barnes first leads off on lane 11. Dropping 5.
You can watch the rebroadcast on Canada Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition later tonight.
Oh, it's on now.
It's on now in high definition, actually, on YouTube, I should say.
It allows you to zoom in. The important thing with the scoreboard that Steve's got is comprehensive, but it can be very small, difficult to read on your phone. You can zoom if you go to YouTube. You can zoom in right now while it's live.
That was a spare for Mr. Pelletier, taking out the remaining 4 pins. Austin Barnes dropping 9, still needs 1 more. For the 10 box, Austin Barnes takes a 9. Austin Barnes struggling to get started here in the second game. 149 to date for Austin Barnes, 132 to date for Eric Pelletier. And now let me reintroduce you to Jay Simino and Jeff Surette here in the second game. They're going to be starting out here. They're opening boxes in the second game here. Jeff Simino with 121 so far, dropping 5. Jeff Surette with 114 so far, dropping 7 plus all. Strike for Jeff Surette already. 3 of our 6 bowlers throwing strikes in their first balls. Jay Simino missing the spare, leaving 1, leaving only the 6 pin. Jay Simino now will take a 10 box. Appreciate you watching on Candlepin Bowling Network here. We're streaming on a variety of platforms tonight. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Facebook. Streaming anywhere that'll accept a stream pretty much, as Jay Simino now is starting out on lane 11 for a 5 drop. Not filling a mark. Jeff Surette is filling a strike. He's dropping 4 for his first ball. But don't worry, that's why you get 2. Could be a spare opportunity here. Jay Simino kisses the head pin, leaving the 3 and the 8 pins. Jeff Surette hitting full on the head pin, a little bit too much in the object pin, but a piece of wood just kind of sails by the 2 remaining pins on the deck as Jay Simino will take a 10 box again. Jeff Surette for 8, 9, or 10. He will take a 10. 24 and 2. Joey Smith dropping 6 on lane 11. Dave Barber, known for explosive strikes, drops 7, almost a mirror image shot, but the head pin is missing. And now we have sort of a puzzle piece going on. Lane 11, we have just the 1 pin. Dave Barber had the 4 horseman right side minus the head pin, but he takes out the 6 pin. 9 box for Mr. Smith. 8 box for Dave Barber. Eight drop, lane 11, wiggling 5 into 3 pin. Dave Barber not connecting with the head pin, but somehow still taking the head pin plus. A powerful ball he throws, definitely paying off for him. 3, 6, and 10 pins. Smith missing his spare. Barber was set with 7 down, 3 up. There's a Snoop Dogg joke somewhere in there somewhere. Dave Barber thinking long and hard about that shot. He will take a spare. Smith for the 10. We'll take a 9. So Smith is at 18 after 2. Barber is at an open 18 after 2. Those fills and marks mean all the world in the Friday Night Pro League. Watching some of the best bowlers here. Outrageous averages, outrageous championships. Both these teams are defending champions, battling one another like Titans whacking each other with pool noodles. I don't know where I'm going with this, but Jalbert drops 6 on the right. Now we have Boisvert on the left. Both bowlers leaving the diamond right side. 3, 5, 6, and 9 pins for both bowlers on lanes 10 and 11. Diamond wins on lane 11, leaving the 3 and the 5. See how Boisvert can respond with that. Diamond also wins, leaving the 5 and the 8 pins specifically. 3 and the 5 versus the 5 and the 8. That'll be a 10 box for Mr. Jalbert. And for Boisvert, that's going to be a 10 box as well. Both bowlers dueling each other for diamonds. Dueling for diamonds for stereo 10 boxes. Here in just the top of the second game here on the Friday Night Pro League on Candlepin Bowling Network at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. Myself, Steve Kelly, with Paul Grant and Bob Lee. Bob Lee running tech with his crazy camera setup. I'm running streaming and scoreboard, and we got Paul Grant also providing observations, co-commentary, and everything else that I can't handle right now. Jalbert is dropping half Worcester +1. Boisvert dropping 9. Neither bowler filling. Jalbert leaving the 4 and the 8 pin. Boisvert staring down the 4 pin. Boisvert, lane 10. Hits 2 full on that piece of wood that was a little bit too far out forward. Doesn't take the 4 pin out. Jalbert, meanwhile, the 4 and the 8 pin beset him. Will he get it? He will. He hits just full enough on the piece of wood to take the 10 box. 2 10 boxes in a row for Jalbert, and 2 10 boxes in a row for Chris Boisvert.
So Exeter's up 7 in the string right now. They're up 25 in the match.
John Boudreau drops everything but the right side diamond. We've been seeing a lot of the diamond tonight, oddly enough, and some right side half Worcesters as well. Some commonalities between all the bowlers tonight and some of these shots. It's kind of interesting.
That sleeper pin in the back of the diamond is very tough to pick up. That's why it's about a 27 or so % pro success rate.
That's why it's frequently stated that diamond always wins. It doesn't always win, but it very frequently wins. It's John Boudreau looking at the 5 and the 9 pins. He'll take the 5 and leave the 9. Difficult 6 box for Jim Ayotte, too. That was a hard-fought 6 box he went to war for. Jim Ayotte sits at 33 after 3. Boudreau sits at 27 after 3. Still early in the second game here. Academy at 686, Exeter at 714. Boudreau drops 8. The 4 and the 10 pins remaining with wood. 9 drop plus for Ayotte, leaving only the head pin, the 10 pin somehow. Missed the object pin and left everything but it. John Boudreau trying to see if he can get a spare out of this 4-10 split. Rather difficult shot to make. Boudreau, excellent bid. He went for that wood and hit it, and I couldn't suggest a better way to go for it, but doesn't quite get it. Ayotte will get his, though, for a spare. John Boudreau working on a 10 box with the 10 pin just remaining on the deck. He will take a 10 box. Mr. Boudreau, 37 and 4. Versus open 43 and 4 for Jimbo Ayotte. Right now, we look like Academy 2 is at 696 versus Exeter 724. Exeter looks like it's starting to pull ahead just a little bit more. Jimbo Ayotte at open 43. Mr. Barnes at 18 after 2. Semino 20 after 2. Smith 18 after 2. Jalbert 20 after 2 for Academy 2. Meanwhile, for Exeter, John Boudreau is at 37 after 4. Eric Pelletier's at an open 30 after 2. Jeff Surette's at 24 after 2. Dave Barber at an open 18 after 2. Chris Boisvert at 20 after 2. Pelletier will take 9. Barnes will take 10. Pelletier dropping 4, and Austin Barnes taking another strike. Austin Barnes on fire tonight.
That's Austin Barnes' 4th strike of the match. Had a double in the first.
Austin Barnes throws some explosive balls when they're on target, as demonstrated tonight.
Bolton is Sunday mixed league at Academy Lanes for 1 season, my worst year ever. But he was really good. He was really young in his teens, but very promising at the time, and still blowing a very good high level and getting better, like I said, every year.
I know with Austin Barnes in particular, I once overheard him on Lita, and he was complaining that he threw a 55. And at the time, I didn't quite understand what he meant by that. I was like, surely you didn't throw literally a 55. But no, he was talking about a 155 and saying that was a low-scoring game for him. Jeff Surette dropping 7. Jay Semino dropping 8, leaving the 2 and the 7 pins. Jeff Surette, the 7, 8, and the 10 with Wood. Will he get it? Yes, he will steal it for a spare. Open 34 for Jeff Surette. Semino nearly stealing a spare himself, but the pin didn't agree with him, leaving the 7 pin. He will get a 9 box. He will take a 9 box. 29 and 3 for Semino. Open 34 and 3 for Surette. Surette on a fill, 7. 7 drop, 4 horsemen right side, minus the 7, minus the 10 pin. Semino, good strike bid, leaving only the 7 pin. Surette, heartbreaker of a spare bid. Hit it the right way, but just couldn't quite get the object pin he was looking for. Semino, meanwhile, will take a 10. Take a spare, excuse me. 10 box for Jeff Surette. For 51 and 4 for Jeff Surette, and open 39 for Jay Semino, as we now shift to Joey Smith and Dave Barber here on Candlepin Bowling Network at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. Dave Barber taking the stage on lane 11 will lead off. Filling it with 4. Smith, meanwhile, dropping 5. What's that, Paul? It's called the left side Canadian hay bale.
Yeah, they call it the Canadian. They call it the bucket in Canada. Learned that at the World Tournament in Moncton.
The bucket. Jalbert versus the bucket. Smith versus the bucket. He gets it.
I didn't mean ill will when I say this. He kicked the bucket.
He definitely kicked that bucket to Kingdom Come for a spare. Not a bad way to kick the bucket.
I don't wish it on anybody.
31 and 3 for Dave Barber. Open 28 and 3 for Joey Smith. Barber, a rather bouncy release. I think that affected his ability to hit the object pin. Dropping 7 though. Throws a hard ball. That's an 8 fill for Mr. Smith for 36 and 3. Dave Barber following up with a spare of his own, taking the 4 horseman left side, minus the 4 pin, but Smith just marching on with another spare for an open 46-4 versus open 41-4 for Dave Barber. Score update, we have Academy 2 sitting at roughly 763, while Exeter is sitting at 793. About 30 pins difference, not counting the fills and such here and there that still need to be hammered out, but still a competitive match for sure. It's Chris Boisvert leading off on lane 11 here at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. Boisvert missing the pocket right side, 4 horsemen left side, 1, 2, 4, 7 pins for Chris Boisvert.
The top 4 bowlers for Academy 2 all in marks. 4 marks to 1 in their favor.
Chris Boisvert, who's at stereo 10s. Will he break that streak and get a spare? Let's see. Misses the 4 horseman left side entirely. The streak of 10s is alive if he can get it. Same for Jalbert, missing his spare as well. Now for the 3 10s in a row for a 3-ball spare opportunity for Chris Boisvert. Will he get it? No, he won't. He misses the head. He misses all, or he takes all but the head pin. But for Jalbert, he takes his 3rd 10 in a row. That would be triple X. 9 for Boisvert, 10 for Jalbert. Roughly even points to the game. Exeter sits at 802. Academy sits at 773. Boisvert working on his first ball of the 4th box of the 2nd game. Half Worcester left side for Boisvert. Rather hard punch. Almost a similar shot from Jalbert, but he gets a few more. Dropping 3.
He made an incredible shot in that 10th box to the 3rd string in Moncton at the Worlds to give his team a chance to win the championship. A must-see match on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely check out some of these other matches on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
That's a match of a lifetime, that World Finals with A+ Accounting and Family Academy.
The Academy went to counting that day. Chris Boisvert working on a 1-10 split for a 10 box. Both bowlers working on 10 boxes, and he'll take a 9 box instead of a 10. Jalbert breaks his streak of 10s for an 8 box for 38-4 versus Chris Boisvert's equal 38-4. Look at that. Both bowlers bowling almost equal head to head. Academy 2 sits at 781. Exeter sitting at 811.
First of 4 marks for Academy 2. Jimbo Ayotte, 43 in a ball on lane 11 here in Exeter.
Jimbo Ayotte filling a spare with 7. John Boudreau, 7 drop.
I love Jonathan Boudreau's tenacity on the lane. So focused, really into it.
Never messed with a focused bowler for sure. It's Jim Ayotte. Almost can't believe what he's seeing. He hits the object pin, but it hits it too full. Doesn't get a spare. Boudreau very similar, leaving 1 pin.
So close to the object pin, the 3. So competitive on the lanes. Ayotte and 8 that time. Boudreau gains 2 of the 10.
So Jim Ayotte sits at 58 after 5. Boudreau sits at 47 after 5. Still have a box to go before they switch off. Friday Night Pro League format is 2 boxes per bowler before they switch off, so as opposed to the 5-box format of the ACST.
Leads down to 7 right now for Exeter, 25 in the match. You're down 3 marks to 1.
9 drop for Ayotte, 8 drop for Boudreau. Both bowlers have makeable spare opportunities here. Ayotte misses the object pin, causes a cacophony of balls and pins to fly around, but can't get a spare.
That's when you want a time machine in that shot. Been there, done that.
Boudreau will get his spare, though. As Ayotte going for the 10 box. See if he gets it. He will get it. That's a 10 box for Ayotte. 68 after 6 for Ayotte.
Always easy the second time around, Steve.
For sure, yep. I've been there, done that. The 3-ball spare is so much easier.
I haven't said it once tonight.
Yep, a 3-ball spare, or spare 0, or the second chance. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you want. So we have Academy 2 at 8:06, Exeter at 8:31, with Exeter leading by 25 thus far, and from my unofficial count.
Exeter won the first by 18 pins in a close one.
Austin Barnes' first strike fill is 7. Second fill ball is a spare.
48 through 4, 58 half plus 1. Here comes Barnes again, 131 in the first. Gives his team the lead in the string.
Pelletier working on a spare. It's full in the void between the 4, the 8, and the 10 pins. Now fighting for a 7, 8, 9, or 10. He'll take a 7 box. Pelletier seeming a little bit frustrated with that 7 box. 56 and 5 for Pelletier, open 58 and 5 for Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes filling a spare on lane 11 in Exeter lanes. It's going to be a 5-drop, 6-drop, 7-drop, 8-drop. 8-drop, leaving the 7 and 8.
Austin is 65, making a 66 half.
Austin Barnes potentially looking at another spare if he hits it right. Hits the piece of wood right. Hits a little bit too full on the 8 pin with the wood and only is looking at a 10 box now potentially. Pelletier having similar troubles. He's left with what I believe is the 6 and the 7 pins with wood, and a difficult piece of wood at that. Austin will take a 9. Pelletier will take a 10 box. Wow, look at that. Hit that precarious piece of wood just the right way. Taking a 10 over Austin Barnes is 9. Pelletier sits at 66 and 6. Austin Barnes sits at 75 and 6. Here on Candlepin Bowling Network, we thank you guys for watching on this Friday night. Watching the Pro League. Some of the best bowlers bowling tonight. Jay Simino in particular. He's been on Candlepins for Cancer. Bowls like crazy. I bowled with him in the summer league at Leda Lanes this past year. He was someone who couldn't be caught. Jay Simino taking 7. Jay Simino filling that spare with 7. Taking another spare right on top of that 7 fill. Jeff Surette misses his spare, has wood on the 4 pin, I believe. No, the 8 pin. He'll take a 10 box for 61 and 6. 61 is 6 for Eric Pelletier versus, nope.
It's a 20-pin lead for Academy 2 in the string. They're up 2 in the match. 2 hits for each side.
Excuse me, that was Surette and Simino. Simino on your right, Surette on your left. Simino filling a spare with 7 for 63 in 5. Surette pins are still falling. He almost gets a strike. Slow moving strike, but the 7 pin remains, so it's a 9 drop. Simino missing his spare, leaving the 5 pin. Surette will get his spare.
That's his 3rd mark of the string, 75 and a ball through 6. Simino 73 through 6. Here the 2nd of 3.
75.
Updating the score, if you could, please.
Jay Simino is 73 and 6 rather than 75.
73 on the correction, okay?
Yep.
Hard to see that scoreboard up there.
Yeah, it's not electronic scoreboarding here at Exeter Lanes. It makes it a little bit tough to look at some of the old style projectors plus translating that to electronic. Smith fills with 7, gets another spare. Dave Barber.
Ben kills to bend.
Yeah.
Right now, bending.
Dave Barber filled a spare with 6 and then got a 10 box for 57. Smith will take a 6 fill on his spare for 69 and 6. Smith now doesn't get the next spare. Takes 1 out, leaving 3 on the deck. Dave Barber just I know what he did. His release was a little bit off, and it seemed like he almost tripped throwing that ball. Smith will take a 7 box. Barber looking to take 8, 9, or 10. He will take an 8 box for 65 and 6 versus Jay Smith's 76.
Jeff, right?
Yes. There we go.
Thanks for the feedback. Get Jeff's Surette score. Thanks for the feedback, folks.
Yeah, thank you for that. That was something I genuinely missed. Just one of those balls where it's just tough to track.
We're dealing with the manual scoreboard also, so no electronic scoreboard here as well. We're further back.
Jalbert takes a spare. Boisvert misses his spare opportunity for the 7 pin, just staring him down. Again, thank you for that score correction. That was a really good catch. Definitely let me know if there's anything funky like that you see. Boisvert will take a 9 box. Exeter sits at an estimated 905 versus Academy 2's estimated 917. Jalbert on a fill. Ooh, boy, that looks like a 3 box. Not 3 box, 3 fill, excuse me. Boisvert leaving the 4 horsemen left side. 1, 2, 4, 7. Jalbert now. Hits a little bit full, leaving the 7, 10, and 6. Boisvert, 4 horsemen left side. Seeing if he can get it. And nearly does, but doesn't quite get the 7 pin. Hits a little bit too full on that. Jalbert will take hard-fought 9 box for 60. And Boisvert will similarly take a 10 box for 57. 60 for Timmy Jalbert. 57 for Chris Boisvert. So we now switch the focus back to Jimbo Ayotte and Jonathan Boudreau. Starting out the second half, minus a box here at the Friday Night Pro League in Exeter Lanes. Appreciate you watching. This is Candlepin Bowling Network. Boudreau punching out the center for a spread eagle. Filling with 4. Jim Ayotte not on a fill, but punching out 3. A really awkward 3 array. Boudreau not completing the eagle. Ayotte almost converting that awkward array of pins, leaving only the 8 pin. Solid attempt, taking 6 of the 7 pins on the deck. John Boudreau. Lane 11, the 3, 6, 10, 7. Taking all but the 6. Will the 6 go? Will the 6 go? It'll wobble. Won't fall down like a weeble. Both bowlers taking 9 boxes. Should be 77 for Jimbo Ayotte. And I believe is a 70 for Boudreau, but I'm seeing different on the projector, so I will be reviewing that. Just make sure. I can't tell if that's just handwriting or an actual difference in the score. Boudreau left with just the head pin. Spare for Jim Ayotte. Should be an open 87 for Jim Ayotte to sit on. Definitely something good to take a sit on. John Boudreau for a 10 box. He'll take a 9 box. So Jonathan Boudreau appears to have an 82 in 8. So I'll have to give him 3 pins somewhere. I'll have to figure out what exactly happened there. Or see if that was a math error on their part. Oh, it seems the bowlers appear to be making corrections to their own score. So you know what? I'm going to hold on that just for a moment because what they have written up there has truly become somewhat illegible.
Academy 2 is up 29 in the string, 11 in the match.
Seven drop for Pelletier. Austin will take a spare. High-low jack 1710 for Mr. Eric Pelletier for a 7 box. 73 and 6 versus 85. Excuse me, 7. 73 and 7 versus open 85 and 7 for Austin Barnes. Pelletier dropping 6. Austin Barnes filling his spare with 7. Pelletier with an impressive spare. Nailing out that Canadian hay bale on the left side, or whatever it's called. Austin Barnes frustrated, couldn't get that spare there, leaving only the 5 pin. That'll be a 9 box, a hard-fought 9 for Austin Barnes. 101 in 8 for Austin versus open 83 for Eric Pelletier.
Academy 2 has the lead in the string, the lead in the match, trying to make it 2 points apiece. Late in the second string of 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Please pick up a Candlepin gift card at your local bowling center, help your centers, and get your friends involved in this great game, especially the youth.
Jeff Surette opening ball, filling a spare with 6. Jay Simino dropping 7, diamond right side, minus the 9 pin. Jeff Surette on another spare, leaves all but the 5 pin. Jay Simino versus 75% of the right side diamond. Doesn't connect with the object pin. Surette will take a 10 box. And Simino will also take a 10 box. Simino sits at 83 in 7 versus 91 and 7 for Jeff Surette. Jeff Surette dropping 7, the left side setback plus the 4 pin. Jay Simino with a strike. Jeff Surette, left side setback, difficult shot. Takes out two-thirds of it. Well, it's a left side setback plus the 4. leaving only the 5-pin now. Will he take the 5? He will. That's a 10 box for Jeff Surette. Academy 2 sits at roughly 994 versus Exeter's 980. Academy 2 is up by about 14 at this point, unofficially. Dave Barber dropping 7. Smith, not on a fill, but dropping 6. Both bowlers with somewhat difficult fills to work with here. Barber, lane 11, connects with the object pin, causing the 3-pin to hop. The 7-pin sitting there pretty. 3-7 split. Smith still sitting with take an 8 box. Barber sits at 73 versus Smith's 84. Dave Barber drops 8. Dave Barber with a spare. Taking out the 2 and the 4 rather nicely. Smith, meanwhile, trying to respond. Doesn't quite get the break he was looking for. He's left with what appears to be the 3 and the 8 pins for an 8 box for Joey Smith. 92 in 8 for Joey Smith. Open 83 for Dave Barber after 8 boxes. Exeter currently up by 12 in the game and 12 in the match, while Academy stands at 10-10 versus Exeter's 998. Still a very competitive match tonight. Still, we are just about to conclude the second game, plus a few more boxes here and there. Still plenty of bowling to go, folks. This is the Friday Night Pro League in Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. Chris Boisvert leading off with a 6-drop. Jalbert, pins are still falling, leaving with the 1 and the 7 pin. It's Boisvert now. Boisvert, the man who effectively taught me to bowl in the 90s or so, teaching me how to tune up my approach when he worked at Leda Lanes, taking out 3 more pins. Leaving 3 on the deck. 1 on the deck for lane 10. Both bowlers just fighting for 10 boxes now. Boisvert for 7, 8, 9, or 10. Needs to hit the object wood. Will he hit it? He does, but doesn't quite get the break that he's looking for. Meanwhile, Jalbert will take the 10 box. Boisvert will take an 8 box. Boisvert struggling this game. He's got 65 in 7 versus Jalbert's 70 in 7. Only Jalbert has thrown a mark against Boisvert so far. Boisvert has thrown no marks. Jalbert at 7, Boisvert at 65. Boisvert, really smooth first ball, dropping 6. Not connecting with the head pin necessarily, but favorable wood. Jalbert dropping 9, leaving only the 2 pin remaining. Boisvert, lane 11. Exeter Lanes. He hits a little too full on the 1 pin, taking out the 1 and the 10. Jalbert missing his spare. Single pin spare, and he missed it. Hitting the wood next to it. Threw the ball a little bit too hard. I don't know if he let that one get away or not. Chris Boisvert now. 2 in the 9 pins. Taking out the 2, leaving the 9 for a 9 box for Chris Boisvert. 10 box for Timmy Jalbert. Timmy Jalbert sits at 80 and 8. Boisvert sitting at 74 and 8. In the Friday Night Pro League. Actually, just 15. Jimbo Ayotte filling his spare with 8. Boudreau dropping 9. Leaving only the 5-pin. Ayotte, the 2 and the 6 pins beset him. On lane 11, it's a makeable spare, and oh wow, he hit the object pin correctly, but didn't quite get the action he needed. Boudreau does though on a single pin spare. Jimbo Ayotte fighting for a 10 box. He's gonna get a 9 box for 104 and 9. By my accounts, just confirming with the chicken scratch scoreboard that you totally can't see up here. Boudreau at an open 99, I believe, but again, we'll confirm that. My goodness, Jimbo Ayotte punching out the eagle 4 pins down on lane 11. Boudreau filling his spare with 6. 95 and 9 for Boudreau. Ayotte now, spread eagle with wood. Takes out half of it, leaving the 2, 4, and 7 pins. John Boudreau hitting a little bit too full on the 2 pin. Doesn't take out that left side clump of pins, leaving the left side setback 4, 5, and 7 pins. Ayotte will take a 10 box for what should be a 114, but I will confirm that just shortly because it is 114 confirmed. Boudreau will take an 8 box for 103, I believe. This is a good opportunity to sync up the scores here. Should be 103. We'll confirm in just a moment. Bowlers are writing all over their scoreboards, so I am just gonna. They almost seem to be editing their scores. Yep, it is 103. Cool. We are in sync between Jimbo Ayotte and John Boudreau. Look at that. Austin Barnes, slow moving a strike. He's gonna get it. Very slow moving a strike to accommodate my slow camera switching skills. Eric Pelletier fills the spare with 7. Sleeper pin in the back there. If you can't see it, the 1, the 3, and the 9 pin. Pelletier now needs to hit it full. Misses the object pin. Hits only the 3 pin. There's your sleeper pin, 1 and the 9 pin for Eric Pelletier. Pelletier hits it full. That would have been the spare ball right there. That's a 10 box for Eric Pelletier. For 109 versus 111 open for Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes filling a strike on lane 11. Austin Barnes has been on a tear of strikes tonight. Looks like he got the yips on that one. That fills with 2 on his first ball. Pelletier drops 7, not on a fill or anything. Favorable spare shot. Austin Barnes hits full again, punching out the 1 and the 5 for another 2 on his fill ledger. That puts him at 115 and 9 for his, and Eric Pelletier just got a spare, so that's going to be an open 110 for Eric Pelletier. 115 plus potential 5 for Austin Barnes. That's going to be a 9 box, a hard fought 9, 9.5. It's going to be a 9. 124 for Austin Barnes to complete a second game. Eric Pelletier now with an open 110.
125.
Is it 125? Let's check. 125. 125 for Austin Barnes. We'll review that in just a moment. 6 fill meanwhile for Eric Pelletier for 116. Just going to review Austin Barnes' scores real quick. Austin Barnes has 125, not 124, so just mentally add 1 to his until I fix it. Need to figure out what they wrote on the handwritten scores up on the very blurry projector. Meanwhile, back to our bowlers. Jace Simino filling his spare with a first ball of 8. First ball of 8 on a strike is always welcome.
Back in time.
appears Austin may have gotten a 5 fill instead of a 4 fill on that strike, or at least the bowlers have confirmed that, so I will go with what the bowlers say.
So Academy 2 going to tie up 2 points apiece, more than likely, going to the final string. They have the slight lead, pending what happens here.
Jay Semino filling a spare with 7-8-8. Jeff got a 10 box, not filling it with anything, dropping 3. Jeff Surette not getting another spare, hitting the object wood, but not getting the drop he wanted. 10 pin remains for Jay Semino on lane 11. Jeff Surette's left with the 1 to 10. 10 box for Jay Semino for what appears to be a 131. 9 box for Jeff Surette, what appears to be 120.
Jared, the pair of 131s, 262, not too shabby. In relief tonight. Actually, 121 first, 131 second make that, I believe. So 252 make it. 121, 131 for Jay. And Jeff a 114, 120. Strike for Dave Barber.
Smith now 7-10-6. We'll take an 8 box for an even 109 by my watch. Dave Barber sitting at open 103. Smith drops 5, 10th. Barber dropping 7 on for the first ball of the strike fill. Smith taking 1 more for the row with a banana split, excuse me. Dave Barber will take 2 more for this fill for 9 for 112. Potential 122 here if you can get this 7 pin. He gets it. That's going to be 122 for Dave Barber.
The score in the string, Steve?
So, 7 box for Jay Smith. Sorry about that. So string update, Jay Smith got 107. Dave Barber has 122. Academy 2 stands at 1134. Exeter stands at 1130 at the moment. We have Jalbert on the right, Boisvert on the left. Jalbert drops 7 as first, misses the spare, leaving the 3 and the 4 pins. Boisvert leaving only the object pin, the head pin, not the king pin, that's the 5 pin. Boisvert will take that head pin for a spare. Jalbert will miss everything for an 8 box. For 88 and 9, Chris Boisvert has an open 84 in 9. Match lead is 2 across our bowlers. Or our teams, excuse me. Yes. Game lead is actually 20, not 2, excuse me. Jalbert dropping 6, taking 1 more, taking all but 1, leaving only the 7 pin. Boisvert now, after a 7 drop, 1, 3, and 8 pins. Will he get it? Will he steal it? He will steal a spare. Spare for Boisvert. 7 fill.
What's the string lead?
Jalbert concludes with a 97. We will conclude the second game with the fill on the spare for Boisvert is 10.
They can actually pull the string on after all.
574 to 572. Academy takes it by 2 pins.
Academy wins it?
Very,
wait for the official score.
very
It's a close one.
Very close match. We had a few scoring discrepancies between ours and the analog scoreboard up on the handwritten projector. So we will wait on the official scores because there were several corrections made up there that we were trying to keep track of. So we'll stand by for the score update while we just confirm that. But for the moment, the unofficial scores, Exeter Lanes sits at 1167, Academy 2 at 1151.
Academy wins at 574, 572. So the lead is 16 for Exeter going to the final string.
We are now going to start the third game now. As we just scroll down. John Boudreau missing a spare opportunity. Going to kick it over to Paul Grant now.
All right, thanks, Steve Kelly. Underway, our third and final string. Exeter Lane Shooter Sports Bar, Exeter, New Hampshire. Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. A good one. Tied 2 points apiece. Last year's #1 seed, defending champion Academy 2 on the left. This year's #1 seed, Exeter Lanes on the right. They're up 16 coming in, Exeter Lanes. Both start the final string with a 9. So it's 16-pin lead in the match for Exeter. 1 versus 5. We'll see Academy 2 next week, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week, Week 15 of 35, against #2 seed, Central 3, Josh Daly, Justin Waters and company. That'll be a good one. 7:30 start time on Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. 6-9-10 triangle for Boudreau. Jimbo Ayotte, the old Woburn, the 5 and 10. No wood, no luck. Jimbo at 107 and 114. Jonathan at 112. Picks up spare. 19 the ball through 2. Jimbo, good bid. Grabs 1. A 10 to tie the string, minus the ball. That's a 9, so it's 19-18. 1-pin lead plus the ball for Exeter on the right. They're up 17 in the match on Candlepin Bowling Network. 900 videos and climbing, always free, never a charge. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Like and follow us on Facebook as well. Eric Pelletier, strong finish in that second string. End up with a 116. The left-hander loses balance, holds his ground, gets a half Worcester. Austin Barnes, terrific all night long. In the pocket, he gets 6-7. 6-10 right, 7 left. Pelletier trying to work out of this mess. Good bid. Can't reach the 4. Or will it? Not quite. Austin, look at your advice, how to play that wood. Try to spin that wood over. Can he pick it up? Good try. Couldn't reach the 7. Pelletier gets the 10 with the wood to start his final string. Austin Barnes in lane 10, a beautiful extra lane since 1946. Gets a 9. The string is tied. Exeter up 16 to the match. Plus a ball. Pelletier in the pocket. 5. Barnes hooks right. A 5-2 split. Pelletier's going to wood him back to help. And he got it. 20 the ball through 2 in the final string of the match. 2 marks to none right now. Can Barnes get 1 for his team? Tough shot. Good bid. He got it. Wow, what a shot. 19 the ball through 2. The rise of Austin Barnes continues. He's been outstanding all night. 131 to the 125, his first two. Chris Boisvert would say he's okay. Jeff Surette, 2-1 split, 6 right, 4-7 left. Jay Simino in relief for Dave Godwin, the captain. There's that setback shot they call in Canada, 4-7-5. Tough piece of wood to the right. Almost pulled it off. Tough shot here. Nothing doing. 2 marks to 1 for Exeter. Surette, who needs the wood? 10 through 1. Jay going for the short 2. Does for a 9. Updating the score from the string for Mr. Steve Kelly.
So we have 18 after 2 for Jeff Ayotte, 19 after 2 for Austin Barnes. We have 9 for Jay Simino. Pending one more ball. We have so we have 49 to 46. The difference is just 3 between the two right now at the moment.
All right, thanks, Steve. 2-1 split again for Surette. Simino with a diamond. Seen a lot of these tonight. So Exeter up 3 in the string, 19 in the match, plus 2 hits to 1. Surette 2-4. Trying to kick it over to the right. Missed left. Simino just over 1 in 4 chance to convert. Almost. And Jeff wide left for an 8. 18 through 2 here in the third from Exeter. And Jay nails it for a 10. 19 through 2. That gives them 2 pins back. They're down 1 in the string. Down 17 in the match. 2 hits to 1 against them also. And Dave Barber starts his third string. Thin air crossing over, gets 7. He's got a split. He's got the 3 right, 4-7 left. Here's Joe Smith. Beautiful ball. 5-7. Yikes. Joe, a 106 and a 102 so far. Dave, good bid. Dave has a 143 and a 122. Smith open. Barber on the object pin for a 9. Smith matches with a 9. Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Match 14 of 35 every Friday night between 7:30 8 o'clock on YouTube and or Facebook. High definition on YouTube. Playoffs later on next year. Barber, beautiful ball, another split. 5-8, 10 right. Smith in lane 10. 1-2-4 in front, 6-10 right. Tight battle all the way through. Right in the middle. Smith, oh, what a try. Just missed the 10. That would have gone for Mr. 235, Dave Godwin, right, Dave?
No, not me. Not me, man.
Barber 9. 18 through 2. Smith a 10. 19 through 2.
Did they have 595 the first game?
Yep.
Okay, so 18.
There's 18 the first, 16 coming in. So the string is tied right now, 75-75. Extra 16 in the match. 2 hits to 1 in their favor, all spares. And the Anchor Bowls start their final string at Rob Ficarra Senior's Extra Lane, Shooter Sports Bar, Exeter, New Hampshire. Chris had a 430 last week. 124, 120 his first 2. Tim Jalbert a 112 on the first. What did he have the last string, Tim Jalbert? Boisvert shakes down 9 somehow. 97 that second one. After 112 first. Tight battle. Reverse triangle. Plus the 10 for Jim and Jim. Jim and Tim Jalbert. I call him Jim and Jim. Jim and Tim Jalbert. And Boisvert just missed by a smidge. Tough leave. This be something. Give it a try. Third and final string. Boisvert Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. 10. Tim gets a 10 also. Tied the string. Extra of 16 in the match. 2-1 in the marks also. Steve Kelly, the score cam. Good job today, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Thanks for picking this up on the end of the third game as I'm starting to kind of lose my voice a little bit. It's definitely the throat thing going around a little bit, so held up for a little while, but now it's starting to kind of hit me a little bit.
Boisvert, 6, 1, 2, 4, 9. Jalbert off to the left, gets 5, 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. Nothing like the great game of Candlepin Bowling. It's got wood to help that sleeper pin, the 9. Can he get it? Just missed inside, all but number 1. Tim Jalbert trying to work out of this. Chops up the 3, 1, 8, 9, 10. Advantage Boisvert. He gets a 9 to start that second box. So 19 through 2, actually. And now 7 for Jalbert.
94-92, Exeter is up by 2 at this point.
That's up 18 in the match. And the first 2 bowlers come up now. Back to the top of the order are on marks. One from Jonathan Boudreau in the purple shirt. 19 in the ball. Jimbo Ayotte, 18 plus 2. Open. Pro Bowl of the Year last year. 5. Jonathan on the extra ball. On the nose, clipped wing eagle. 15 box, 24 through 2. That puts about 5 more in the string, 7 in the string. Oh, what a shot for a spare. Can't make the easy ones. 28 and ball through 3. Big shot by Jimbo. Oh, what a shot that was. Wow. Jonathan Boudreau, great spares by both pro bowlers. 34 on a ball through 3. You're too late. I already said it. Eric and Chris are on 3-second delays in the wows. On the bonus, first strike, 9. A push in the 8, won't go. Boudreau's turn, thin hit, just 3. 37 through 3. Jimbo, 37 through 3. They're teasing Dave Barber because Dave said, would you look at that? Keeping the team loose. Jimbo picks it up. Back-to-back spares. 47 the ball through 4 here in the third. Jonathan capable of making this. Good bid. Oh, good try. 3 in the 7. Hit his object. 2 spares to 1 the other way now for Academy 2. Defending champs. Jonathan, ski ball shot going for the 50. Gets an 8. 45 through 4. Updating the score from the mark situation from Steve Kelly.
Still anyone's game. It's 121 to 120. It's difference of 1 between the 2 teams in this third game here. Still some marks and some fills to work out, but other than that, right now, it is still, this third game is still a toss-up at this point.
They're tied 2 points apiece. It's a 15-pin lead for Exeter in the match. Number 1 seed on the left. Number 5 seed Academy 2 on the right. Austin Barnes on the bonus. Delivers 7. 26 through 2. Eric Pelletier, half west to right. 3 in the 9. Got to love that shot. 6, 9, 10 triangle on lane 11. For a spare. He got it. Back-to-back spares. Pelletier, what a try. He got it. How about that? Would you take a look at that?
Uh, 10 pins separating these teams for the match total. 6 pins for the game total.
Austin thin hit, 4 in the fill. Pelletier, another half Worcester again. He's getting good practice in this one. 2 half Worcester fills in a row. Yikes. 34 through 3. Barnes, too far left, only 1. Piece of cake for Eric here, right? Not this time. 1-7-8, right side, 6-10. Cruel game sometimes. 2 half Worcester spare fills. Austin, big out, big 9 on that 3-2 split. 49 through 4 in the third. Eric, nice out. He'll take an 8. 42 through 4. String total, Steve.
1309 Exeter, 1302 Academy 2, 142 for Exeter in the third game, 151 for Academy 2 in the third game.
All right, so Exeter is down 9 in the string, up 7 in the match. And the marks are 1-0. So we get a virtual tie in the match. Academy has the mark. Beat up old Jimbo Ayotte. Going to clear lane reset, lane 10. Third box, third string. Executive producer at Kenneth Bowling Network, Bob Lee. Bob.
Hey, Paul. Having fun? Oh, yeah. Would you take a look at that? What was that new call? What is it?
Well, I said, Bob, they're like, would you take a look at that?
Would you take a look at that? Yeah, it seems very plain, but it's got a rhythm to it. Let's hear more of that.
Semino, relief tonight, subbing in, doing a fine job, 5-10. Jeff Surette on the head pin, perfect shot, spread eagle. 3-6-10 right, 2-4-7 left. 18 his first 2, Jay 19 his first 2 here in Exeter. Good try, just missed, had the right idea. Very pretty when that shot goes. Jeff trying to get at least 3 here. And does. Terrific match all night long. Tied 2 points apiece. Semino and 9. 28 through 3. Jeff, pro shot, 10. Off the eagle. 28 through 3. Tight all the way through. Both teams in the finals last year. Exeter trying to get there again and win it this time.
8 pins for game and match right now. For both the game, 8 pins. For the match, 8 pins.
Semino off to the left, gets a break. 1-3-9. Surette in the pocket, off the wall, 8. 2 in this. No, the 7 goes. Tap of the 2, wiggles. Holds up. Academy 2 up 8 in the string, down 8 in the match. Semino for spare. Nothing doing there on the object. The head pin. 3 in the 9. Surette for a spare. Bang! 38 in the ball through 4. Semino gets the 10. 38 through 4. Now the hits are 1 apiece. Joe Smith 19 through 2. Dave Barber 18 through 2.
We got 8 pins separating the teams for the game and 3 pins for the match. Or 8 pins for the match, excuse me, not 3.
Joe's 2-4-7 spare chance. Barber crossing over, still going. 7. 6-10 right, 8 left. Wood to work with. Smith for a spare. Grazed the object pin, the 2. Couldn't get to the 4-7. Barber trying to kick it over. The setback shot won't go. Good try. Very really does. Joe gets the 10. 29 through 3 in the third. Barber right on for a 10. 28 through 3. 8-pin lead for Academy 2 in the string. Down 8 in the match. 1 mark for each side.
Everybody keeps getting 10s and spares, so the lead is just kind of staying where it is. I keep thinking that's a glitch, but no, that's just what's happening. People are getting 10s.
Smith, a nice lead. The 1 and the 3 off the head pin. Barber, the 4 horses right. 1-3, 6-10. One heck of a match. Smith, spare! On the board in the third. 39 in the ball through 4. Barber, head pin, 2 full. Tough break. The game is hit your object pin, nothing to show for it. And Dave, object pin again. Yikes, 8. Tough break. 36 through 4 here in the third. Ankle bowlers. Chris Boisvert on the left, 19 through 2. Tim Jalbert, 17 through 2.
So the totals you see on your screen are a little bit off. The match total is actually difference is actually 4, and the game difference is actually 10. Academy is up by 10, and in both games.
Strike! Jim and Jalbert. Boisvert on the head pin, 5 left, 6-10 right. Wood rolling around.
I have a question. Off the record. Yeah, go ask Jeff if he's mad at me. Hey, Jeff, I have a question for you. Are you mad at Dave?
Boisvert with the wood, trying to kick it over. No.
Watch, Eric will do it. Eric, look. Go ask Jeff he's mad at me.
3 marks now for Academy, 1 for Exeter. Boisvert missed left for an 8, 27 through 3 in the final string of the match on Candlepin, Bowling Network. Boisvert upset with that shot. Academy 2 on the move, trying to get 6 points and move up the standings, coming in at 58 and 46. Exeter from number 1, 86 and 16, 86 and 18 coming in. Won the first, lost the second. Won by 18, lost by 2. Spread eagle. First ball on the strike for Jalbert. Boisvert, right side, 4. It's a 2-pin lead in the match right now. 6 in the fill. 33 through 3. 3's a while for Jalbert. That gives the team the lead in the match. Actually, the 2-pin lead in the match. Up 18 in the string. Boisvert, tough leave. Oh, gave it a ride. Couldn't quite get to the 6-10. Jalbert grabs 2 for an 8 box. 41 through 4. Boisvert splits the uprights, 10 box, 37 through 4. Back to the top of the order. Update from Mr. Steve Kelly.
So we are sitting at Exeter Lanes is at 198. Academy 2 is at 214, pulling ahead a little bit. The match total has been equalized, 1365 across both teams at this point, though. So there has been ground made up since then, but Academy has been pulling ahead in the third game here. So this is a critical third game right now.
Boudreau, look at this leaf. Jimbo on the bonus. Too far right. 4 on the fill, 51 through 4. Boudreau with the wood. What a try. Great shot, great spare. Jimbo, 3 in a row. 61.5 plus 1. Jonathan, nice pinning, 9. Halfway through the final string. He's at 54 through 5. Boudreau just missed right, 1, 2, 4, 9. Jimbo Ayotte on a roll, literally on lane 10, on the bonus. Missed left, comes back for the 6, 1, 3, 8, 10. Spare 6, 67 half. His team has the lead in the string and the match. Jonathan, good shot. Oh, just missed the 9. How close can you get? Jimbo for 4 in a row, not quite. Jonathan gets a 9. 63 through 6. Nice 10 for Jimbo, having a fine string, 77 through 6. 244, 216, 28 pin lead in the string for Academy. You're up 12 in the match. Should be 12, right?
1395 for Academy 2, 1383 for Exeter.
Eric Pelletier with the bucket. Austin Barnes, 189. It's good. 2 pieces of 3 to work with. Pelletier trying to pick it up. Good bid. Can't. Oh, he got it. The 8 goes down last. 3rd spare. 52 in a ball. Barnes matches the spare. His 3rd mark of the string. 59 half plus 1. Eric 52 half plus 1. Pelletier pounds the strike zone. 7. Tough break again. 4 left, 3-6 right on the spare. 54 half. Barnes for a strike. Just about. 9 fill, 68 half. Pelletier trying to kick it over. Just missed inside. Not by much. So close, so accurate. Not that time. Great effort, though. Barnes right on it. Spare. Back to back. 4 to 5. 78 to ball through 6. Eric grabs 2 for 9. 63 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Bob Lee.
Hey, Paul. This one's coming down to the wire. 16 coming into this, to the 3rd and final string. A 574, 572 second string, back and forth. You know, you wish you had the big electronic scoreboards overhead, and we need a bigger font on the scoreboard. We'll work on a bigger font when it comes time. But we're working things out. We want a little more height on our cameras. I also like to hear feedback from the crowd about the multicam and about the scoreboard. I'd like to hear more from our loyal fans. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Bob Lee, executive producer. What a try by Surette. Just missed a 7 on a tough shot. Jay Simino, 5 of the 9, going for a spare. He got it. First mark of the string, 48 half plus 1. Surette gets the 10 after a spare 5, 53 half. Halfway point of the final string of the match from beautiful Exeter Lanes, Shooter Sports Pub, Exeter, New Hampshire. Pick up a Candlepin gift card. Please promote Candlepin Bowling. Get your friends and family involved. Surette, beautiful ball, 9, just missed the 8. Jay Simino on the bonus, beautiful shot, strike! The 5 goes down last. 58 half, 68 plus 2 through 6. Surette for a spare, no problem. 63 in a ball through 6. He has their only mark right now. It's 3 marks to 1 for Academy 2 update from Steve Kelly.
Appears to be 293 for Academy 2, 267 for Exeter. For Academy 2's match total of 1444, for Exeter's total of 1434. Difference of 10 for the match.
Thanks, Steve. Dave Barber, 36 through 4. Joe Smith on a bonus, 39 on the ball with 5. There's that bucket shot. 44 through 4. Barber wiggle on the 4, won't go. Smith for 2 in a row, just missed a 9. Barber, solid pinning as usual, 10, 46 half. 46 half for Dave, 10 for Joe Smith, 54 half. 308, 277, 31 pin lead in the string. It should be 15 in the match for Academy 2 on the left. Barber, this 9, another wiggle, this time the 4. Smith, beautiful ball, but too full. Curved in last moment, too accurate. Spread eagle. Barber for a spare, yes. 56 in the ball through 6, Smith open. Now it's 2 marks for each side. 2 spares for Exeter, a strike and a spare for Academy 2. Joe, nice 10. Back-to-back 10s. Almost perfect. The 9 box, 3 10s, a spare 5, 64 through 6 in the final string of the match. Here come the ankle bowlers. Chris Boudreau, 37 through 4. Tim Jalbert, 41 through 4. He had a strike 6 in the third. Chris looking for his first mark in a great battle here at Exeter. 318, 287 in the string for Academy 2. Up in the match. Boisvert just missed right. 6. 1, 2, 4, 7. Jalbert breaks the banana split. Now it's the 4 left, 10 right. No wood, no luck. Piece of cake, right, Steve?
Yeah, totally, Paul. Yeah. Scoring Candlepin is a fun time. Chris Bover, look at that. Almost a spare. Left side 4 horsemen and all but 75% of it at least.
Jim sent the messenger over. Will it go? Runs out of real estate. Good try. Boisvert, 9, 46 half. 10 for Jalbert, 51 half. Amazing match all night long. Tied 2 points apiece. 1 versus 5.
Academy 2 pulling ahead both in the third game and the match now. 1479 to 463 and 328 to 296 in the third game here.
Thanks, Steve. Chris Boisvert looking for a mark. Check mark right. The 5 is the middle pin. The pin's in the right of the 5 are the 3, 6, 10. Jalbert hooks right off the wall. Gets 8. Generous leave. 1 and the 2. Not a bad lead. Bob Lee missing that.
Hey, that's the Millis special.
Boisvert with wood to help. Can he get it? No. Tough break again. He can't get to the 5. Jalbert spare. 61 on the ball through 6. 3 marks to 2 in their favor. They have the lead in the string and the match. Trying to get 6 points. Boisvert 9 open so far. 55 through 6. Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Next Friday night, we'll have Academy 2 on the road against Josh Daly, Danny Harris, Justin Waters, Nick Norcross, Charlie Collins. Our start-studded cast next week. Central 3 hosting Academy 2, 7:30 start live on Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. That'll be a great way to end the season. Going to the new year, Bob.
Absolutely, and I'm there on Thursday night. I'll be setting it up.
Top of the order, Jimbo 77 through 6, 1 in the 8. Jonathan Boudreau 63 through 6. Beautiful ball. It's 8, 9 to 10. The 9 goes. Just missed a 10 for a strike. Good chance here. Decent wood to the left. Ayotte for a spare. Yes. 87 the ball through 7. 4th spare in 5 boxes. Jonathan the match does. His second spare, the third. 73 in the ball through 7. Steve working the score cam. Bob Lee in the technology in the camera. Both on spares. Jimbo on the crossover. 5. Tough break. 92. Boudreau, beautiful ball. Spread eagle throwing the 9. The 9 goes down, so a 4 will make it. Tough break. 77. Oh, that's right. The 8 pins. I'm sorry. So you're right. 3 pin. It would look like a 1-5 son of Worcester. Oh, wow. What a shot for a spare. After a spare 5, 92 through 7, 102 in the ball through 8. What a shot. Jonathan, good bid. What a try. Got 4 to 7 there. After that spare 3 gave him 76 through 7. Academy 2 has the lead. They lost by 18, won by 2. Jonathan Powers down 2 for 9. 85 through 8. A spare, 2 spares and a strike. Make it 3 spares and a strike. For Academy 2 on the right. 2 spares for Exeter on the left. Austin Barnes on a spare. He's got 4 out of 5. Look for 3 in a row. 78 in the ball through 6 on lane 11. In the pocket, strike! Another one! That's 5 in the match. Pelletier, match game PM, strike! 78 plus 2 through 7. Powerball here in Exeter. Austin 88 through 6, 98. 98 plus 2 through 7. What a performance by Austin Barnes, looking for 400. I need a 134 to do that. For a double again for the second time. Look at this. Yikes. A picket fence? Are you serious? 7, 8, 9, 10. Wood in front. T-shaped, wood angled. First ball on the strike. Eric, 3/4 picket fence. 8, 9, 10. His first ball on the strike. Wow, what a wacky game. Oh, just missed a 10. 9 the strike. 107 through 7. Pelletier's turn. No. 8 in the 10. 8 in the fill. 83 through 7. Correction. 86 through 7. 86 through 7. Barnes a 10. 117 through 8. Eric sweeping 10. Nice shot. 96 through 8 here in the third. Update from Steve Kelly, the score and the string and the match total.
Yeah, it's looking like Academy's really pulling ahead now with 4:02 in the third and 15:53 total. Meanwhile, 15:22 total for Exeter and a 3:55 for the third. So Academy has pulled ahead in both the total and the third game. So this is a big third game for them, taking lots of points this game.
Jay Simino on a strike. 8. 9 in the 10. Jeff Surette on a spare. 63 to ball. Crossing over up the wall. He gets 8. He gets 3-10 mini split. 71 through 6 here in the third. Jake got a piece of wood to help for a spare and strike. Missed left. Got 9 in the fill though. 77 through 6. Surette could try. Won't reach the right side. Hit his object. Simino 10 after a strike 9 fill. 87 through 7. Jeff gets to 10. Surette's at 81 through 7. And Academy 2 trying to get 6 points. Exeter still has a chance also. Right now, it's 421, 373 unofficially. Academy 2 in the string. Up big. Plenty of time left still. Simino drops 9 again. Surette in the pocket. He gets 8, 9, 10, strike! Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that?
Simino spare. 97 the ball through 8. Jeff Surette 91 plus 2 through 8. What a strange strike that was, Bob.
Yeah, it crumbles. A clean, with a clean plate and pins that are, pins that are in nice shape, a fastball, they just crumble sometimes.
They do lanes twice a week here. Now, Darren does a great job here at Extra Lanes. Joe Smith open, has a half whistler, 3-9. Dave Barber on a spare. 5. 61 through 6. 1-6 for Smith. Barber just missed number 1. No bounce back. They need some marks. They're down 3-1 in marks. Object pin 9 for Smith. Joe's at 73 through 7. Dave, gentleman shot for a 10. 71 through 7. Update the score, the string of the match. Steve Kelly.
Standing at 450 for Academy, they remain in the lead with 1601 total, and Exeter Lanes is at 398 for 1565 total. Academy ahead.
Back to live action. Smith 4-2 split. Barber had a double early. Could use one now. Almost. Wiggling 6 right, wiggling 9 left. Wood in between. Smith grabs 2, 1-4-7-9. Barber for spare, just missed. Not by much. Thought he had it. Smith, nice shot, 10. How about that? 85 through 8. Correction. Thanks, Steve. 83 through 8, make that. 83 3 of it, Joe. Look at the manual scoreboard.
Yeah, threes look like fives up there. It's just handwriting.
Looks like my handwriting. Mine's worse. Barber 9. 1. Make that 80 through 8. 80 through 8 for Dave Barber. Academy 2 trying to hold on. Gets 6 points. Looking good right now. They got 3 spares to 1 strike in their favor. And Tim Jalbert on the right. 61 on the ball. Chris Boisvert open. 55 through 6. Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network. 8 in the fill. 69 through 6. 1 of the 7. Boisvert just missed the pocket. 1, 2, 4, 7. Jump for another one. How close can you get? Boisvert could use a spare. Will it go? You got to be kidding me. Wow. Serious bad wow. You got to be kidding me. How did that not fall? Unbelievable. Wow.
That's bullshit. Say it, Paul. Say it. Would you look at that?
I think you said
Would
that
you
was.
look at that?
Nothing to look at.
I think you said that was bull hunky, Paul.
We are PG rated, no pun intended. Jalbert in the channel for a 9. 78 through 7. You got to hit him, Chris.
This used to be a family show.
9 wasn't there. 64 through 7.
This used to be a family show.
It still is.
Not exactly made for kids, but it's made to be safe.
Looking good for Academy 2 right now for 6 points. 1 strike for Exeter, 2 spares still for Academy 2. We're between the 3 and the 6 for Jalbert. Boisvert, 4, 7, 8. Jimbo tried to steal it. Head scratcher, he says. Boisvert trying to clean it up somehow for a spare. Good bid. 3, 6, 10. Low scoring, final string. Jalbert steals it for a 10. 88 through 8. Boisvert will take a 9.5. Make it a 10. It is a 10. 74 through 8 without a mark. Final 2 boxes. Update from Steve Kelly.
All right, so it looks like we have 487 for Academy 2, continuing their widening the gap of the lead with a 1638 total, again over Exeter's 3-game total of 1593 thus far, with 426 for Game 3 for Exeter. Chris Boisvert calling audibles.
Get a fine for my fantasy team.
Final 2 boxes for each bowler. Jimbo 3 in the spare. $105 through 8. Jonathan 8 box, 93 through 9. Tough 5 for Jalbert, 110 through 9. Winding down here in the final string. Jonathan 93 through 9. 9 box to go. Is there a path at all for Exeter here in the string?
It would be incredibly difficult, but I think it is still technically possible. Exeter just needs to mark almost everything, I think, to really reclaim what's been lost here. I'm not going to say it's impossible. Not entirely sure about that just yet, but they really need to start breaking out the good stuff here for the final stretch.
Oh, what a shot that was. How about that? Spare in the 10th, 103 in a ball. Ayotte just missed left. He's both for 120 final string. He'll get an 8, 118 final string. 107, 114. 118.
Yeah. Actually, the more I look at this, it's actually doable. The gap actually isn't as wide as I thought after taking a second look at it. So you know what? It's still anyone's game, and it's a big point differential here. So
Jonathan, big 17 box. That's spare 7, 110 final string. 112, 103, 110. 8 boxes to go.
503 to 451. Just about 50 pins and some change for the game 3 total, and then for the match total, it's about 40-ish, 1654 to 1618.
Both open. Spread eagle for Barnes. 1-2-4-9. Pelletier. Good shot. He got it. Great shot. 106 in the ball in the 9th for Eric Pelletier. Barnes. Oh, what a try. Austin 10. What a night he's had. 127. He's a 9 box for a 400, I believe. 131, 125. So, yep.
He's at 383 at the moment, plus a ball.
Okay, I thought he did. Okay. That's right. Needs a mark. That's right. Yep. Pelletier 8. 8 in the fill. Barnes marked for 400. 139.10. Eric 114 through 9. For another one. He got it. Back to back. Still a chance of total in the string. 124 in a ball. The 10th. Barnes needs it for 400. Missed it. Have a good night, though. He'll take an 8 box. 135. What a performance.
391 3-game total for Austin Barnes tonight.
Previous season high was 379. Nice bowling for Austin Barnes for Academy 2. 6 boxes to go after this fill from Eric Pelletier. Would love a strike, but half Worcester for the 3rd time tonight on the fill. 126 final string. 102, 116, 126. 6 boxes to go. Update from Steve Kelly on the score.
481 to 521, so it is about 60 pins for the game. 1672 for Academy 2 and 1648 for Exeter in terms of the match. So
40 in the string right now. And 24 in the match. Exeter can still get total. Split the points. Jeff's on a strike. Jason on a spare. He gets 6. 103 through 8. 1-2-10 off the wall. Oh, too bad. 9 in the strike. 100 through 8. Simino too thin. 4-7. Surette 10. 110 through 9. Simino. Big 10. 112 through 9.
37 pins separate these two teams for the 3rd game here. 537 for Academy 2, 500 for Exeter. 1688 3-game total for Academy 2, 1667 for Exeter. So the match total is closer than the game 3 total.
Jeff's team down 21 in the match. Strike! 120 plus 2 in the 10th. Clutch shot. Simino just missed right. 1-2-4-7. Now the 4 goes down. 1-2-7. Now the only mark on the board right now is Jeff's right strike, and they can still pull us out. Simino for a spare. Got it! 123 in a ball in the 10th. He's on a strike. Jazz a 121 to 131 first two. Double would be huge for Jeff. Missed right, 6. Trying to get to 130. Semino crossing over, 7. What a string, 130. Surette, 9 in the strike. Nice finish, 129. $4 to go in the match. No marks on the board. Update from Steve Kelly.
Jay Semino threw an impressive 382, 3-game total. Jeff Surette threw 363. These bowlers also really pulling their weight tonight in terms of all 3 games and pin contributions. Academy 2, Game 3 is at 554, Exeter at 519, and Academy 2 is at 1705 versus Exeter 1686.
Down 19 in the match, still have a chance. Probably need to mark out. Barber 127, crossing over. Joe Smith 5, 9, 10. What in between? Barber spare. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Wow, what was wrong with that shot? Unbelievable. Smith, he got it off the rebound. 93 to ball the 9. Barber at 9, 89 through 9. Oh, I talked about getting robbed, Bob.
Yeah, that was a critical exchange there. Joe got the action off the wall, and Dave did not. It bounced off the wall, but bounced right next to it, hit the gutter, didn't go.
Final 3 box of the match. Academy 2 trying to hang on for 6 points. Go to 64 and 48. 8, 2 in the 4. Need to convert. Smith on the spare. Right side 5. 98. 98 through 9. Barber. Oh, you can't kid me. 2 in a row. Wow. Unbelievable. Smith open 4-7. And now they're getting a double now for sure. Dave, tough luck 10. 99 final string. Smith a 9. 107 final string. $2 to go. Steve, update on the score. The match is going to go to the matches has a chance still for Exeter.
It is possible. 50 pins for Game 3, and 1729 versus 705 for the match. Yeah, it's getting close.
Double strike territory for sure.
Double strike territory. This is where the plays are made. This is where big games are made, and we got Chris Bover on deck. So you might see something. Hold on. Stand by for action.
On the nose, 6. Tim Jalbert. 2-4-5 triangle. Final $2 of the match. Thanks for spending your Friday night on the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Chris needs this somehow. Oh, wow. 3 close calls. Won't go their way. Jalbert open. 2 in the 5. And it looks like a 6-2 win for Academy 2 on the road. Last year's defending champs. Chris at 10. 84 through 9. Jalbert 9. 97 through 9. Thanks, Steve, for helping out today. Why don't you wrap up the final box here?
Yeah, for sure. Let's finish this up. So we have Chris Bover versus Tim Jalbert. Chris Bover's final box of the final game is not tonight. It is a 4-drop spread eagle on lane 11 at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. Meanwhile, we have Tim Jalbert, who punches out a little bit better, leaving 7. Bover taking out half of the eagle, leaving 7. Neither bowler's marking. So it appears that Academy 2 will take it. Bover taking an 8-box, finishing up with an 92 final string for a 3-game total of 327. Tim Jalbert will take a 9-box for a 3-game total of 315. So Academy Lanes finishes the 3rd game with 596 versus Exeter's 556. Please ignore the game lead and the match lead. Those are incorrect values. Meanwhile, we have 1747 for Academy 2, taking the total versus Exeter 17-23. And I believe it would seem that Academy 2 is going to take 6 points versus Exeter's taking 2. Exeter only taking the first game over Academy.
So Exeter, Steve, will go to 88-24. Academy 2 will improve to 64-48. And unless Central 2 loses all 8, they'll be tied for 4th. Otherwise, they'll stay in 5th. Yeah, should hang on at least the 5th spot. Anyway, Exeter will stay in 1st, regardless what Central 3 does tonight. We'll see Academy 2 at Central 3 next Friday night, 7:30. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Anyways, that should be it. That should be about it from us here at Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. If you are brand new to the channel and you are watching this first time and you enjoyed what you saw, please be sure to subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube or Facebook, wherever it is you would like to prefer to get your Candlepin Bowling content. We are there. Also, check out the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour for more singles-oriented matches. For a lot of some of your favorite bowlers you may have saw tonight, a lot of them are in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. And be sure to strike, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear from you in terms of suggestions, in terms of highlighting any weird goofs or quirks or whatever. But anyways, that should be about us from Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire. Hope you guys have a great evening and a great weekend and great everything else. And we will see you on the next Candlepin Bowling Network Friday Night Pro League. Goodbye, everybody.